100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell raised an army and tried to conquer the world. He was stopped by an unlikely hero, Sheriff Aesop Stormwood. As Hollowell died, he prophesied that he would be reborn twice more and rise again. Stormwood looked him in the eye and said if Hollowell did, his descendants would strike him down. Sheriff Aesop Stormwood went on to form Stormwood and Associates to make sure they'd be ready for Hollowell's returns, a private detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. 25 years ago, Hollowell returned for the first time, and a Stormwood made good on Aesop's promise. But the third coming of Hollowell may not be so far in the future. But the young Raz Stormwood just might know it's coming, and she plans to be ready. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So much has happened. Okay, so the Stormwood team was initially hired by a guy named Marshall Figgins to recover a stolen classic Mustang convertible that his boss owned. His boss, by the way, turns out to be a Mr. Prudence, co-owner of Prupip Technologies. If you remember the first arc, he was the kind of the jerk, not the one actually part of the secret society. So, not the eviler one. Anyways, it turns out that the car was stolen by a group of car thieves, which include NK's ex-girlfriend and NK's ex-girlfriend's brother, Turk, and also a third guy named Walker. And it turns out the only reason they stole that car was because Damian Cole of ColeTech put them up to it by kidnapping one of Juan, who was a member of their crew. So the Stormwood team, teaming up with the car thieves, decided to break into the ColeTech headquarters to both rescue Juan and recover the convertible. It's exciting. The building is this gigantic 5-story building that is a mile in diameter. It's a hexagon, but the central hallways are all circular, and there are a bunch of ramps going between levels. And also there's some unspeakable horrors on the 4th floor, but that's less important at the moment, because the team drove all the way through in 3 cars, drove through this building, made it to the 5th floor, have recovered Juan, and have recovered the Mustang, in the sense that Babbitt and Bill are in it and are trying to drive out of here. And now they're trying to get out of this building, and this building is an impossible structure in many ways, one of which is that it's partially held up by magic. Oh yeah, and there's something spooky about the Mustang. There are these 2 stones embedded in the dashboard that are kind of ooky spooky, and but they haven't figured out why they know. Bill thinks he knows what it is, but he can't remember exactly what. So yeah, that's where we are. Wow, that was a really long recap. So all 3 cars are now driving down through the circle with so Bill and Babbitt are at the lead. NK is not far behind, followed by Michelle, and then followed by Turk's car. All right, Babbitt, you're leading the way out. How are you going to try to get out? So you can see that there are ramps that could lead down to lower levels, but they haven't been deployed yet.
Yep.
And then the way to the freight elevator, but you also know that they know that you know about the freight elevator.
Yeah. So either way I go, I'm on the way to the freight elevator. But okay, so I see NK coming up behind me. All right, how do we get these ramps down?
You yelling that over?
Yep.
All right. You hear Turk laugh over the comms. Raz, Turk turns to you and says, "Hold the wheel."
I hold the wheel.
He pulls out.
This is encouraging.
Raz pulls out his Palm Pilot, wired through a rat's nest of cables to a Nokia phone, connected to it looks like a Raspberry Pi with a Wi-Fi card, and he starts pulling up stuff, and he breaks into it looks like the environmental controls for some reason, and overrides the heat to trigger a fire alarm, which causes all the ramps to release and deploy as a technological solution. Does that work, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I could have had NK do that, but it's way more fun to have Turk do it the dumb way. We got a way out now. All the ramps to the lower level have been deployed.
Wonderful.
If there's a problem, they can solve it. If you need to find someone, they can do it. Stormwood and Associates is a detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. If you need help, they'll be there. But don't get in their way, or else you'll get caught in the eye of the storm.
I take the first ramp I see.
All right. So, you descend to the 4th level. The 4th level, as you remember, the central hallway was normal, but all the rooms were kind of filled with magical darkness. As you are driving down the ramp, you hear a alarm sound, and all of the glass walls drop.
Oh, this is encouraging.
And magical darkness starts to fill the hallway.
Yeah.
So...
Okay. Okay. We can cope.
You're in a convertible. Alright, so roll me a d10.
8.
Alright, so you lucky son of a bitch. As you drive down you feel like something pretty much like slide by your head. That you don't see, but it misses you. You can hear their wings flapping. Your headlights are illuminating some of the darkness in front of you, just not a lot.
Oh, God.
All right, so it's going to bring us to the next car. So after that, NK's behind you. So NK's car has to roll. NK's car is thankfully not a convertible, so I don't have to worry about direct damage to the inhabitants, but... Ooh, lucky roll. So her car gets hit by something, but keeps going without taking any damage. Following that is Michelle's car. And Michelle's car is going to get hit and not take any damage. So the Supra cruises through, and like these things are just like smacking the roofs. And then let's see Turk's car. Turk's car, it's just really dark. Whereas, so you don't notice anything. Other than the obvious darkness, because these things missed the car. Because he got lucky. We're back to Babbitt. I'm assuming you're going to try to take the next ramp down.
Yeah, I try to find it, make sure I can see it, yeah.
All right, so the good news is that as you go down to the next ramp, there is no magical darkness following you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, man. A little less of that.
All right, and Bill, Roll me a d10.
Oh boy.
No, this is not a bad thing. I just want to see if you realize something.
9.
All right. I'm going to remind you of something, Bill.
Okay.
How many sweet move points do you have left?
I've used 2 spells so far.
So you have 5?
Yeah.
So you know that this building is being held up with magical pillars.
Mm-hmm. Don't like where this is going.
You have Dispel in your spell book, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Just remember.
Okie dokie.
All right, so
I can work with that.
NK is going to exit onto the 3rd floor, as will Michelle and Turk. So right now, you're driving by some wreckage from previous battles that you had on your way up. And so are you going to take the next ramp down to the 2nd floor?
Yes.
All right, you do. All right, that's fine. Everyone else is going to follow to the 2nd floor. 2nd floor still seems like uneventful. Like you were racing down. Babbitt, I'm assuming you're going to take the first exit to the 1st floor, you see?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now, let's see if anyone's at the ramp you land on. All right. Nobody's at the ramp you exit on, but you can hear people in the distance. So you know that there are security guards on this level. Now you're going to have to make a choice. How do you want to leave? Are you going to leave through the parking garage? Or are you going to try to go out the front door, knowing that there are those cement barriers that you know that you disabled them for a while, but you don't know if you disabled them permanently?
I'll go out the front door.
Okay. Okay. So you still have a little ways to get there to get to the front door. Bill, you are passing magical pillars.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But I don't want it to come crashing down on the rest of the team.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. You know that based on that roll you did before, that 9 before.
Uh-huh.
You know that if you disable one pillar, it's not going to take the building down.
Gotcha.
If you disable like 4 pillars, though, it will 100% take the building down.
I'm gonna get... I take it I can get like 1 or 2 down a turn? How many can I take down?
You can take down 1 at a time.
Okay, I'm gonna take 1 down then.
Yeah, you are right now, because of the route you've had to take through the building, you're still at the far end of the building from the front doors that Babbitt's driving you to, Bill.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm going to dispel one of the pillars.
Alright. One of the pillars goes down. Alright. Everyone else is behind you, Babbitt, so if you haven't encountered something, they're not going to. What you do start driving towards as you come around the corner is 4 security guards on foot.
Okay. Right through them.
Right in the Mustang?
We have a crew of experienced mechanics.
Okay. All right, so they are spread out enough where you can only take out like maybe 2 at a time.
That's
you know what? You
fine.
must bring the thing back intact, right?
The
It
whole
will
point is
be.
so they don't know. So the guy's boss never knows it was stolen.
Yes.
Okay, you're doing it. It's your choice, man. So are you just going to try to do it as an attack or as a sweep move?
Just as an attack.
All right, so that's a melee attack. So roll me 1d10 plus your melee plus your level.
9.
Yeah, you hit him. So now you gotta roll damage. 1d10 plus your melee.
10.
All right, you splatter this guy. Parts of him are in the grill of this car now.
No.
And roll me a d10.
3.
Okay. All right. Bill, you're as you approach these guys, you're approaching another pillar. Do you want to attack one of them, or do you want to cast on the pillar?
I'm going to dispel another pillar.
All right. So behind them are NK and Juan. NK is just gonna... Oh, wait, no, actually, this guy gets to go. What am I talking about? Aha, helps if I actually let the fodder guys who showed up go. He's going to take a shot at NK's car. Going to miss. The other guy's going to take a shot at NK's car. He's going to miss. All right, well, that's lucky. Up behind that is Michelle and Walker, and they're just going to drive because they can't get hit by these guys. And so Turk and Raz, you are pulling through, and there are 3 security guards and a pair of shoes on the ground with a bloody streak. Raz, you're up.
3 security guys on foot?
Yeah. They will have a chance to attack the Challenger as you pass, so that's just to let you know.
How close are they to each other?
They're spread out. They're smart enough not to stand next to each other.
I want to tell Turk to drive like past one of them, and I'm gonna open my door and brace it to hit him.
As an attack or a sweep move?
Is that sweet enough to be a sweet move?
I mean, it could be. I'll let you do it either way. I mean, as an attack, there's a chance you could just destroy this guy with this as a melee attack.
Okay.
I mean, the real question is, do you want a guaranteed splatter or a chance at splatter?
I mean, I've got 7 sweet moves, and I've used 1, so
Yeah.
why not?
All right. Does everybody vote that works?
I vote that does work.
Sure.
Yeah, and you're a high enough level that I don't even care what your melee skill is, because you're targeting just, like, this can only target one guy, but it guarantees his death, so we're not going to bother having you rolling anything, because you're level 3. And, well, he only has 3 damage points.
Yep.
All right, so he's gone. Now, Turk, well, because we used his maneuvering to help you with your kill, he's just going to keep driving, and the other 2 guys are going to take shots at his car. One of them's going to hit, and the car's going to take a point of damage. Challenger's at 3 damage. Challenger gets hit again. Challenger is disabled. All right. Bill and Babbitt, you are driving, and Bill, you can target another pillar right now if you want.
I am going to target another pillar.
That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
So only one more pillar and this building comes down. Babbitt, are you going to let any of the other cars catch up to you?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say, yeah, it's then, if you're willing to do that, then once NK slows down, then we'll wait. We'll get all 4 cars in a group, especially, especially if Bill's doing what he's doing. Oh, yeah, as you knock out that 3rd pillar, you can hear kind of crunching. As you can see, some of the glass is starting to buckle a little bit, like it's not like the building's coming down, but like it's lowering a few inches. And so you hear glass breaking and see glass breaking. And with that, here's the good news. You hear kind of screaming, and I don't think you have to worry about any more security guards coming after you because as you approach the front of the building, you can pretty much just see all the security guards are running out of the building. They're running away. With 4 cars grouped together, Bill, you gonna hit the last pillar as you guys hit towards the exit?
Yeah. Am I technically out of sweet move points at that point, or?
Well, yeah, I thought you said you had 5 remaining when you started disabling stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I got.
So you have 2 left.
Up.
You have 2 left, and you only need to use 1 more to dispel the last pillar.
Alrighty, let's do this. This is what you get for shooting me and threatening my friends.
All right, so here's the real thing. We are heading towards these barriers that are built to come up if someone was charging a car at the building. We are 4 cars heading at them. Babbitt, your car is in the lead.
Yes.
I need you to roll me a d10.
9.
All right, I'm going to roll a d10 for everybody else now. All right. So, the Golf and the Mustang are driving side by side with the Supra, because you could do like 3 cars wide, but 4 cars wide is not really, workable. So you're going 2 cars wide. So the Mustang and the Golf are in front, and the Challenger and the Supra are behind them. As you go over the barriers, the Supra lags behind slightly. And as you go over them, the Mustang and the Golf clear them completely. The Challenger, as it passes over them, they spike up, bouncing up the rear end slightly, but the car is still drivable as it passes away, and the Supra smashes into these cement barriers that have just erupted from the ground head first. And I've got to roll what about to happen to Michelle and Walker. Well, okay, so the car takes the damage. Technically, actually, these are main characters. All right, so the car is just totaled, airbags deploy, but because in the rules, there's nothing that says the occupants are supposed to take damage in this situation, just the car's disabled, because this is an action movie. Michelle and Walker pull themselves out of the destroyed Supra and are now running on foot. NK is going to, because she's got a 4-door vehicle, hit the brakes and allow them to climb into her car. And so, yeah, you dispelled the last pillar on your way out there, right, Bill?
Yes.
All right. So here's the fun. As they get into the Golf, as Michelle climbs into the front seat and Walker into the back seat with Juan, as they start driving off away from the building, abandoning the totaled Supra, the building starts to lean to the left and forward. Sounds of crashing glass as this giant... I mean, this building is shaped like a giant nut because it's a hexagon with like a circular courtyard in the middle. And then just like with this larger front section. It starts to lean to the left and forward as 4 levels come crashing down. Mystical explosions of energy are erupting. Darkness is billowing out like smoke of the 4th floor. And as the 4 cars drive off, with NK's Golf now in the rear, the building comes down, narrowly avoiding the rear of her car. As darkness erupts into the sky from the building, almost like briefly blotting out the moon, and you hear the screams of the beasts that were held there fly into the night as you like this building that was set in the mountains outside of the city just comes crashing down in thunderous crackling glass and mystical energy as you guys drive away. So
sometimes I feel bad about this sort of thing, but he was a super murdery business dude.
I mean, he
was a jerk.
He's a member of the Order of Greyhaven.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just saying, even if he wasn't a member, I really wouldn't feel that bad.
All right, Bill, you're
Yeah.
in the passenger seat of the Mustang, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Roll me a d10.
5.
All right.
Crap.
You have seen these two stone like these two, like the way they're inset on the dashboard, like the thing around them. You've seen them, and you can tell that this is exactly what you were getting spooky energy off of, are these two stones.
Alright. Are they like attached in there? Or...
Yeah, like they are like kind of mounted into the dashboard.
We never did find out why he stole this thing in the first place, and that's still bothering me. And those creepy rocks are still really creepy. Something's off about this still.
You hear NK over comms. Do you think that we should, research it before we take it back?
I think that would be a really good decision.
Yeah, I think we should take some time. I think we might need some repairs anyway.
Well, you definitely need to clean it.
Yeah. Yeah, someone needs to clean it. Absolutely.
All right.
There is brain in my hair.
All right. So, where are you guys going? Are you driving back to the office then?
I think I would like to drive back to. Well, yeah, yeah, sure, the office.
Okay. So, after several episodes of combat, we finally get back to the Stormwood office. The very damaged Challenger and Golf and the blood-splattered Mustang. You left with 3 cars, you came back with 3 cars, roll into the parking garage underneath the building that the Stormwood office is in. It says, we remember there's an underground parking garage. The first floor is occupied by some business, and then the Stormwood office is on the second floor. Eventually, we'll establish what that business on the first floor is. You guys pull into the parking garage.
I like to think it changes every episode, like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Oofta. Yeah, it's just a different restaurant every week. All right. So you guys pull into the parking garage. I'm gonna say that Turk, Michelle, Juan, and Walker are going to part ways. NK and Michelle have kind of a moment. It's very sweet. But our car thieves pile uncomfortably into the Challenger and drive away. You notice I never gave Juan a line because I don't want to come up with his voice.
He's been through a lot, to be fair.
Been through a lot.
I don't feel like we really have the right to talk to him too much.
But they bid you thanks as you return to the office. The office looks like the office. Mara is, again, still... Like, this is the middle of the night. Mara is still sitting at the front desk reading a vampire novel. Again, you don't know if she's moved. She lives here. She doesn't have anywhere else to go. Maybe there's a 24-hour gym on the first floor. Maybe she's showering there. I'm going to say there's a gym. I'm just making that canon right now. There's a 24-hour gym on the first floor of this building.
Sounds great.
Yeah. That'll come up in some episode down the road. Trust me.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Chekhov's Gym.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I am all about inserting a small detail and having it pay off later. That's how I build everything. All right, so Bill, you are back at the office. You know you have seen these stones somewhere. You know you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually kind of bothering me a lot. Especially since, again, we don't know why they took this stupid thing.
Yeah. Are you going to start researching?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say you and NK are going to go start researching because you both have the skill. I'm not, obviously there's nothing to roll for. This is a give me 5 minutes. There's a nice montage of you going through arcane texts, NK going through websites.
I'm just seeing Bill in front of the microfiche.
No. He's got a pile of old books that you're not sure where they get stored because, again, there's a lot of glass in this office, but he's got a bunch of old mystical texts that he's pulling out. One of them starts shaking violently, and he has to slap his hand down on it to keep it on the table.
I never thought of if Bill actually knows how to use microfiche. I, the player, Nigazumi, do know how to use microfiche.
All right, so, but after a while, you come across a picture of exactly this, of a red ruby stone set in kind of a gold, how do I say, like a mounting? It's like very, very similar, and it is, what it is called is a soul stone.
Okay.
That a person's soul can be stored in one of these.
Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that.
And they have more than one purpose.
Alright.
One...
Lay it on me, creepy book.
Alright. One purpose of a soul stone is that you can take your soul out of yourself and store it external to your body, so that if something happens to your physical body, you continue to live. But if something happens,
terrifying.
but if the stone is destroyed, you die. All right. Another use is that a soul can be summoned from the ether. A raw soul that has never inhabited a person can be summoned and attached to someone else's body and take over it.
Okay, both of these uses are pretty messed up. Good to know.
Roll me a d10.
9.
You know where you've seen one of these before.
Mm-hmm.
Kel used to wear one.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy.
And you know when you last saw it.
Down the gullet of a worm.
Can I have a refresher? Because I know
In the
I'm
town
remembering
of Phoebe,
from previous. Yeah, I remember
in the town
it was part
of
the
Phoebe,
story arc.
your brother took Kel's pendant and fed it to a worm.
Ah, crap baskets. Oh boy. Oh, frickin' boy. See, like, I'm torn because I feel like that would be a good cliffhanger, but I do actually want to tell everyone
Yeah, you
what
need
I
to tell
found.
people, and also you guys still have the car. You haven't returned the car yet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, well, who wants the good news and who wants the bad news? I'm just messing with you. There isn't any good news. So, I know what the creepy rocks are.
What?
It's a soul stone. It's a magic thingy that has one of two horrifying usages. Either one, someone of an appropriate magical level could store their soul inside of it, even if their body is gone. Although if the rock is destroyed, then the soul is destroyed too. And the other option is that you could pull a brand new, unused, squeaky clean, or squeaky terrifying soul out of the ether and put it into the rock. And I think the reason why I didn't remember what it was is because the last time I saw one, my brother pulled it off Kel and threw it into a worm. Shortly before my brother was killed by said worms.
What the fuck?
It's been a really rough year.
What the fuck?
So
okay. So you're telling me that in the Mustang downstairs, it's entirely possible that two people's souls, because there are two of those stones in the car, are stored in the car.
Yes.
And that Kel was walking around with one of these things around his neck?
Horrifyingly, yes.
And from what I recall, it's the only thing he had of his parents?
You are recalling correctly.
Yeah.
NK can't confirm that, but...
That's upsetting. With all due respect, boss, what was your best friend / surrogate brother doing with something like that?
I'll tell you, Raz, you have no idea. It's just something he always had.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's just something he's always had.
This is not small potatoes magic material. This is very, very, like, above Federal Magic Commission grade material we're talking about.
Should have never taken him to that mansion.
Well, I mean, the rock was already gone before that skullduggery, but...
But if his true parents were members.
Oh.
Okay, so someone could either put their soul in one of these, or you said a soul could be summoned out of the ether?
Correct. Yup. Just plopped out of the ether.
So either Kel's soul or someone Kel's family is in this stone that we left in a town in the mountains.
Uh-huh. In a worm stomach.
Or... Okay.
There's a level of obfuscation that needs to be acknowledged here.
I mean, the worms died, but if it's his soul in it, then it still has to be intact, right? Because he was still Kel. Like, he didn't fall over dead.
Yes. But...
So...
Oh boy.
Maybe we should get it?
The associates are going to Phoebe.
Oh no.
But we should also probably return the car, right?
Oh yeah.
Big probably. I mean, it's in... Can we make sure that it looks newish? Like,
I had the interns clean it up. It's fine.
Yeah, you so you say you set the interns down to clean the car. So pretty much, Amy, it's the middle of the night. What are you talking about? Roll me a D10 to see if you actually found an intern.
7.
Okay, you found Amy. Amy happened to have been here doing paperwork, and you sent her down with the spray hose. Okay.
We really need to just hire Amy.
All right.
She's definitely on the fast track.
Oh. All right. So you guys are you gonna return it tonight or wait till the morning?
Well, I mean, it might be good to return it in the dead of night when hopefully no one will notice.
Well, I mean, we have to call ahead to let us in the gate.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wait till tomorrow.
It can wait, yeah, sure.
All right, so...
Oh boy, Phoebe. Can't wait.
All right, so the sun goes down. I mean, the moon goes down and the sun comes up. Somebody's already left with the cup. Amy comes up, this kind of half-drenched goth from having cleaned the car. Just as sun rises, I'm assuming everyone's just going to stay at the office. It's been a night. Walks back up, slams a bucket and sponge down on whose desk is she going to slam that down on? Appropriately, she slams it on Babbitt's desk.
Thank you, Amy.
You still have rain in your hair.
Oh, yes.
She walks off.
Thank you.
You see her walk back to the corner. God damn it, Brian ate all the coffee! You see her going and putting her coat on. Go get coffee. Walks out.
We should do something nice for her.
Yeah.
We should definitely do something nice for her.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, so we're gonna go return the car then?
Seems like the best and only option.
Babbitt, you wanna drive it while I take one of the rest of us in an SUV?
Sounds like a plan.
Because my Golf is shot to shit. Alright, so you guys are gonna drive out. You're gonna call Marshall Figgins?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. You call Marshall Figgins? Hello?
Hey, Marshall, got some good news for you.
Oh, really? Great.
Yeah. We're gonna be dropping off that Mustang. No problem.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. I'll have the check ready when you get here for the rest of the payment.
Great. We'll see you very shortly.
Click. You guys drive out there. Babbitt, I will say, as you're driving the Mustang, under the two gems, you see the names Prudence and Piper engraved.
Right.
They restored the car together.
Hmm.
As you get out to the house and the gate opens for you, Marshall Figgins comes out very excited. Oh my God! I'm so glad they come back. My boss comes back tomorrow, and if this wasn't here, it would be terrible. He always said that he and his partner put their heart and soul into this car, and
I'm sure they did.
No kidding.
he takes the car and puts it back in the garage. He hands Raz the check.
Thank you very much. I put it in the inside pocket of my jacket. Zip
Alright.
that pocket up.
As I'm assuming Babbitt climbs into the SUV with everybody else. NK kind of looks over to Raz and says, "So, are we driving to Phoebe?"
Put on my sunglasses. We're driving to Phoebe.
All right. As you guys drive out of town, it's a half-hour drive out of town once he leaves town. Whatever length of distance it was, and we did that whole nice big arc.
Mm-hmm.
You guys drive through the mountains, and all right. So, do we want to? So, I know that he fed it to the worm downtown, but we killed all the worms up by that house, right? By that estate.
Yeah. Thought we did it anyway.
Yeah. So we go there.
That's probably our best lead.
Well, the good news is that the drive so far is uneventful. As you make your way through the mountains, you drive through town, which is thankfully normal and full of people, and in no way creepy. Because it's just back to day-to-day life in this mining town, minus a few buildings. You drive out to where the Wilson estate used to be. And it is this desolate, flattened plain. There's no sign of any life here. It's just barren.
Nice.
As you step out into the SUV, a little bit of dirt blows through the air.
Bill is clearly not looking well.
No. But Bill, are you going to detect Spooky?
Oh,
You need, like right now, you've got a giant brown field.
I mean,
And yes,
I'm-
it is the place where
my-
your brother died, and
my character is not focusing right now, so
so Bill,
if the team
Bill?
would like that.
Bill,
What? What?
Bill?
Yeah. Yeah,
we need to.
that's me.
You're the only one who can look for this. We need you to
Oh.
focus. Are you okay?
I'll be fine, I think. Probably.
'Cause
Not really.
this is-
Alright, let's try this.
All right, you're gonna detect spooky.
Gonna try detecting spooky.
All right, roll me a d10.
10.
All right, you know exactly where it is. You can feel it like a ping. It's in the middle of this field. You know that you killed these worms in the center of the imaginary forest, which was in the middle of the property where the house used to stand. You can feel it. It's there. Like almost like a ringing in your head.
Bill immediately starts wandering in the direction.
You wander across the barren field. The wind picks up some dust. Blows gently. It's getting in your hair. The wind is growing stronger, but it's just the wind coming down the mountains. As you approach the center of this field, you feel something. This is strong. This is an intense. It's obviously not as intense as the car was because it had 2 of those stones in it, but this is a. If your character had been higher level, you would have been feeling this the whole time. But it was thankfully gone before you leveled up and gained this ability. You stand in the middle of the field, and before you know that under the dirt, the stone is there.
Starts digging. Doesn't explain. Just starts digging.
Bill crouches down and starts digging with his hand. The dirt is dry, but loose. Eventually, after a few minutes, only maybe 6 inches down, not far down at all, is a ruby pendant in a gold setting that you've seen many times before.
There we are. Okie dokie. Is there anything else written on it or anything?
No. But it is undeniably a soul stone.
Alright, buddy. Found your rock. Now we just need to figure out where you are.
My name is Trey Dorn, and I was your game master for this session. Joining me, as always, was Kyle Johnson as Babbitt, Nick Izumi as Bill, and Gen Proc as Raz Stormwood. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. To be continued. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows 2 people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.